Now from the BBC, I'm Razia Iqbal. Let's go back to our top story today, the surprise visit of the US President Joe Biden to the Ukrainian capital Kyiv today. And let's get a Ukrainian view on what happened. Yuriy is an advisor to Ukraine's defense ministry. We've spoken to him many times on this programme over the past year, and today he joins us in the Newshour studio. Very warm welcome to you. Thanks for being with us. Let's talk first about the images of the US president and your president in Kyiv at this time, the importance of that for you.
It is difficult to overestimate the importance of today's surprise visit, in particular because in 2014, on this day, as I'm sure you know, more than 100 Ukrainians have given their life for the future of Ukraine's freedom. And this is where, our journey of our fight for freedom began, and it still continues. And we have shown to the world during the last 12 months that we are committed to protecting our country. We are committed to protecting European future. We are fighting for the global values of democracy and freedom. And of course, today's visit highlights and underlines this simple truth that today, Ukraine is on the frontier of global freedom, and the Western allies stand with us firmly until our victory.
The US president, made it quite clear, acknowledging very clearly that the Ukrainians have shown enormous courage. I wonder, in the context of what you've just said, whether you feel that the support from the West is exactly where you want it today.
When we speak to our compatriots who are currently on the front lines, if you ask them, they always will tell you that, it's never enough. Ammunition is never enough. There is not enough weaponry. And it's not difficult to understand. This is the largest war since the end of the Second World War. This is a war of unprecedented intensity. And this is why, of course, we are talking to our partners on a daily basis and requesting for the military support to be provided faster, because every day for us means more destruction, means more lives, and this is why we are in a hurry.
Well, let's look at that idea that you want these things faster. You say that people on the front line saying it's not enough. Are you running out of ammunition, would you say?
We are not running out of ammunition, and this is why we're working very hard to make sure that we don't run out. But there are certain types of weapon systems which we are still to receive, and they will be instrumental on the battlefield in terms of increasing our capabilities. In particular, we've now reached an agreement with the tank coalition, so hopefully the tanks will arrive on the battlefield soon, the Western standard tanks. And of course, we need longer-range missiles, because they will be as well very efficient when it comes to defeating the enemy and liberating our land.
On the issue of longer-range missiles, this was something that President Zelensky said that he had discussed with President Biden, and that Ukraine has clearly not received those yet. I mean, how critical is that, as well as the fighter jets that President Zelensky has been asking for, given that we are all anticipating a new spring offensive by Moscow?
They will be instrumental, because having longer-range missiles will make it possible for the Ukrainian army to strike the enemy's ammunition depots, their logistical and supply hubs, further deep into the territory which they now temporarily control, but which is Ukrainian. So, of course, this will make the counteroffensive more efficient. This will actually allow the Ukrainian army to advance at a lower cost. So this is why it is also very important.
Do you feel that Ukraine is poised for that counteroffensive? I mean, you need all these things, and you're saying they need to come faster. Do you think you'll be ready?
We will do everything we can and we cannot to be ready, because, like I said, for us, it's a war of our survival. And for us, we want to end this war this year. This is why, we are doing all we can and all that is possible and impossible to make sure that we're ready for that counteroffensive.
Is there, however much of a boost it is that President Biden should show up in Kyiv, I wonder to what extent there might also be disappointment that the support is not, as you yourself have acknowledged, not fast enough.
Look, of course, we hope that today's visit will go towards facilitating and speeding up the support. And, it is very important coincidence that while President Biden was in Kyiv, the air raid sirens were ringing, and there was another threat of a missile strike at the Ukrainian capital.
Worried though? Are you worried that it won't be enough and it won't be fast enough?
We tend to be optimistic because that's how you win the wars. You believe in your victory and you believe in your allies.
Yuriy, an advisor to the Ukrainian government's defence ministry. Thanks for joining us here live on Newshour.